Welcome back to the Single Parent Nation podcast. Happy New Year again. And I'm glad that you're here today because today's episode is because we're diving into something that will set the tone for 2025. Now, let's face it, parenting is hard. Single parenting is a different kind of hard. So staying motivated can be tough, especially when life is throwing challenges at us left, right, and center, right? But here's the good news. Out of chaos comes order, and motivation is one of the magic tools. It's a skill that we can nurture and a tool that we can sharpen, and a force that can drive you towards achieving your goals. So, in this episode, we're exploring the power of motivation. So, let's dive in. So, motivation is like the driving force behind achieving any goal, right? It helps us to determine how far you'll go and how consistent you'll remain. So think of motivation as fuel to your car, right? Without the gas, you can't go anywhere. And sometimes, we have to add or get motivation, right? So it's like, let's say we're driving, or car can go 400 miles, right? With a full tank of gas. But once you hit 200 miles within your destination, you have half tank, right? So we have to keep adding. So we're going to dive into different tools and strategies on how to stay motivated because 2025 is going to be a different year, a year we're going to celebrate so many wins, right? So here are some key strategies to stay motivated. You have to have a clear vision. So visualize your goals vividly in details. So I think I mentioned in the previous podcast when I was buying my house in Atlanta, I saw the house I now live in, and I liked it. I was like, okay. So what I did was without the realtor, I went to look at the house. I went to look at the area the house was in, and also the area the school was in, right? And when I went home, I pulled up the pictures on Zillow of the house, and I visualized myself living in the house. Okay, I visualize myself cooking. I visualize my kids running in the yard because it's like an acre. So I visualize them running on the land, right? So you have to visualize your goals in vivid details, right? Now you have to break the goals into small steps. Do not overwhelm yourself. Focus on one step at a time without feeling overwhelmed, to avoid feeling overwhelmed and burnt out. Okay. So let's say that the goal is to start a business. Just start by researching about the business, then build a website, then market your product step by step. Okay. Develop a positive mindset. Listen, we're not doing negative things this year. Forget the negative self-talk. And if you catch yourself, you need to start catching yourself with the negative self-talk and trend differently. That's what Esther Hicks says. Trend differently. So when you catch yourself saying, you know what, this is a lot, I can't do this, and I know single parenting is hard. I know. You have to catch yourself with those negative self-talk and create affirmations. Listen, create affirmations. When you say, when that negative self-talk kicks in and you say, I can't do this. I just can't do this. Last year, my affirmation was, I can do hard things. I can do hard things. Yes, I can. I help people with other hard things. So I can do hard things and I'm going to help myself to do hard things. Right? A friend of mine, he says, I'm not disciplined. I can't do what you do. That affirmation should be, I am disciplined. I'm capable of achieving this specific goal. Right? So you can also start reading motivational quotes or journaling about, gratitude. You can do gratitude because gratitude also sets you in a high vibration, in a positive mindset, because when you're doing gratitude, you can't think negative and positive. You can only think positive. You're being grateful for that person that helped me when my tire was punctured and I was stuck on the road. Okay. That's a positive mindset. You can't think positive and negative together. So focus on doing a lot of gratitude this year. Focus on your why. What is your why? Why are you doing this? Why do you want to accomplish this goal? What is your why? Identify the deep reason behind your goal, right? Because this sustains you when the challenges arise. And challenges, they're going to arise. They're going to be roadblocks. There's going to be obstacles. They're going to come. They are going to come, guaranteed, right? But when you have a strong why, I want to be financially free. I want to live a better quality of life. I want to travel the world. I want to retire my parents. When you have strong whys, when those challenges come, man, you just go through those challenges like Usain Bolt going down the track, a 200-meter, right? So the whys, it really creates, it's something very powerful. So you have to know what your why is and keep that in front of you. I have mine written down, and I also write affirmations every day for all my goals, right? So yes, I write 7. I don't get it done daily. Listen, I'm not perfect, but that's the goal, to get it done every day. Now you have to celebrate small wins. That's how one of the ways that you stay motivated. You have to celebrate your wins, your progress, recognize your progress to stay motivated. And this is another podcast that I'm going to have coming up soon. Accomplishment board. Okay. When you keep the things that you completed in front of you, your accomplishments, that's showing that you're making progress. And that helps you to stay motivated, because you're going to be like, man, I started here and I'm now here. I just need to keep going and be consistent to get to there, right? So reward yourself, celebrate those wins, surround yourself with supportive people. So your accountability group, you can look into a mastermind, which I need to create another one. Those groups will help you to stay motivated, because it really, they focus on wins, they focus on goals, they focus on supporting one another, right? Next way that you can stay motivated, overcoming challenges. Listen, setbacks, they're real, but they're temporary. Okay. Treat failures as lessons and adjust your approach. So if something did not work out, just learn the lesson in it. Just figure out why it didn't work and adjust and just keep going. Right? Now, staying persistent is key. Right? So it's not just setting goals. You have to take actions and you have to stay persistent, because consistency beats talents, right? You have to keep showing up. Even when motivation isn't there, you have to keep showing up, right? You want to lose 30 pounds by the end of this year, 2025, right? But I wake up sometimes and I don't feel like it. I don't feel like going to the gym. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like swimming. I don't feel like going on the Stairmaster. I don't feel like going on the weights. I don't feel like seeing anybody. But just show up. Just show up. I'm telling you, watch those negative self-talk. Have conversations with it. So listen, I know you don't feel like it, but if you want to achieve that goal, if you want to get that six-pack, if you want to lose that weight, you got to show up. You got to get up. You got to go to the gym. Talk back to those self-talks, those negative self-talks. Now, here are some practical tools to boost motivation. I spoke about affirmations, doing daily affirmations. I would suggest to write the affirmations, because there's something psychologically that happens when you write affirmations. And again, I'm going to do a podcast only on affirmations, right? So do daily affirmations. So my affirmations, I have 2 affirmations this year for 2025. It's do it now, do it now, do it now. Do it now, do it now, do it now. We're not procrastinating this year, right? It's do it now, do it now, do it now. My next one is I am living the dream. I am living the dream. Those are my affirmations for 2025. Also, a visualization exercise helps, right? When you write your affirmation, when you speak it, you don't get what you want. Remember, you don't get what you want. You get what you're emotionally involved with, right? So when you write your affirmation, because when you write, you had to think, you had to visualize, right? Before you speak, you had to think about it. Before you write, you had to think about it. So when you are writing and when you're speaking, visualize it vividly in details, right? And take 5 minutes. Take 5 minutes in the morning, take 5 minutes in the afternoon, take 5 minutes in the evening at bedtime to visualize those goals. Visualize your future self accomplishing, succeeding, right? Winning. Listen, there are motivational contents out there. Every day, I try every day. And you can look into if you ever get my phone, my Apple podcast, I listen to Motivational University on our regular, right? If I don't get to it today, tomorrow, I'm going to listen to two, the one I missed and the one they posted today. So there's podcasts out there, there are books out there, there's so many videos on YouTube that you can listen to that inspires you, that gives you motivation, because motivation eventually is like gas, eventually it runs out, right? There's also TED Talks. There's this information I'm giving to you, it's from Brian Tracy. Okay, so I'm learning and I'm giving it to you. I'm sharing this information with you. Track your progress. Use a journal, an app, a calendar. Monitor your achievements, right? Check off every time you get something done, check it off. It's a milestone, right? Listen, I'm challenging you, right? Ask yourself, what is that one goal I've been putting off? What step can I take today to move towards that goal? So if it's a goal to start a side hustle or a side business or a business, right? Commit to researching that idea for the business this week. Just start. Just start by just researching, right? Remember, every step forward, no matter what, it's progress. It's progress towards success, right? It brings you closer to your dreams. Listen, everyone, in this episode, we spoke about being motivated, right? We talk about goal setting in the previous episode. This episode is all about motivation. How do I stay motivated to take action with those goals and to stay consistent? Motivation is one of the keys, guys. So we explore the power of motivation, the proven strategies to stay on track, and the practical tools to overcome challenges, because I know I've got big dreams. I know you got big dreams, and it's time to make those dreams into reality. So let's get it, guys. Don't forget to please like, share, and subscribe to these episodes to listen to these types of content. I'll see you next time on the Single Parent Nation podcast. Listen, stay motivated,